I have to, a friend of mine rang me today, furious. They've been in a Big W store in Queensland. And there they were, shopping peacefully, and it started to nag her over the PA with a message. You know, apart from the welcome to country, blah, 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 which they've done for ages, now we reaffirm our support for the Uluru Statement from the Heart, and it calls for a First Nations voice to Parliament, enshrined in the Constitution. I mean, you know, there you are shopping for apples and oranges and bang this. She complained to the staff, and Evelyn, she can't have been the only one to do so, because Woolies now says, oh, no, they've canned the message now, although it was on today. They're canning the message based on customer and store team feedback. We will be reverting to the previous acknowledgement of country in store messages, not that bit about the voice. What do you make of that?
Look, I think that the statistics that are coming out now about the support for the voice are even probably lower than what they're coming out as. I think it was 41% the last that I checked that people say that they're going to vote yes. I would dare say that it's a lot lower than that. And I think they're scared. So they're just pushing and pushing and pushing like a dog with a bone, and they just can't give it up. I think that obviously not everyone who works there are thinking the same way. And I think that it's unfortunate for the people who work there and almost the face, these unimportant employees who are the face of these companies. So I can understand why they would be pushing back. It's an unfortunate position that they're in because they're the face of this. And so I understand the complaints coming from within, and I also understand the complaints for the customers. I mean, Bill and Joan just want to go and enjoy their shopping, and they don't want to be hounded and hassled about political things. Like, they just want to enjoy their ice cream and perhaps get a new pair of shoes in peace.
Well, this is what I don't get, James, because Evelyn's absolutely right. You know, they pick their music in these stores really, really carefully. I once said to someone, I won't say who, but in Woolies, you know, why don't you put on, because I love opera and I want to shop with opera, put on some opera. Oh no, that would drive people out the store. We just pick one music that's not challenging, won't offend anyone, and, you know, will make them shop longer. And yet they put on this, which has offended their customers, it's offended their store team so much that based on their feedback, they're going to scrap it. What is going through their mind?
Well, it's just so nice to have some pushback. I mean, you can't buy eggs without being preached at by Woolies, because they put the free-range eggs front of sight and they hide the caged eggs from you because they're no good. When you go to the checkout, you're not allowed to have plastic bags anymore because that's bad for the environment. We've all got to be good environmentalists. And now you can't even buy your fruit and veg without being hectored about which way you should vote in the referendum. What's interesting is there must have been a significant pushback for them to do a mea culpa and to actually publicly state due to feedback from customers and staff. So that tells you just how unpopular this move was for them to publicly admit that.
Well, what is it with these executives? Like Budweiser picking Dylan Mulvaney, the transgender, well, not transgender really, but anyway, to sell their, you know, to promote their beer, bang, sales go through the floor. It nearly ruined it. They seem to be out of touch. This lecturing by the execs, it's not working with the public.
Absolutely. It makes you wonder who's making these decisions. And of course, in the Budweiser case, it turned out to be a fairly woke executive who arrived full of great ideas that would appeal to her and her friends. But unfortunately, her bubble was not the real world, and they found out via a plummeting share price.
They're not thinking of the customers.
Correct.
Evelyn Ray, James McPherson, thanks to you both.